I just got back from the Hunger Games or Hunger Games Catching Fire, the sequel out, and I'm not sure if I can contain it. It was amazing. I could not believe what I'm watching. It was legit outstanding. But before I get to all that, I do want to bring up the trailers that I did see. Some There was only three playing, but it was nothing too special. The first one was I Frankenstein, which is a peculiar movie, but it did a very good job with displaying the actual hype to the medieval, not medieval, but kind of dark agish kind of tone, almost like they said the producer of the Underworld, which doesn't really surprise me, had that aspect of it going for it, and I'm actually want to go see it because an actor I recognize is in there, so that's very good. The other two were pretty much the least interesting out of everything that was in this movie theater. The first one being Vampire Academy, which I swear to God, if another person makes a vampire movie, I'm seriously gonna kill someone. Um, it. I don't know why we're still doing this. The whole vampire thing is over and done with. It died after Twilight, thank God. Um, I was never really that big of a fan of vampires in the first place, so it's just like that. The other one, I still cannot for the life of me pronounce this name, but Divergent, I think that is. Um, it's another movie that it was kind of like Elysium, or I guess it might be trying to be one of those sci-fi government corrupt things, like kind of like a Hunger Games, but it's not nothing like that. No, doesn't even come close. But it just didn't stand out at all. Like they were going into exposition. Like there's this girl, she takes a test. The test goes wrong, and she's part of this society that's organized. Ooh, pardon me, and well mannered and stuff like that. So it didn't really flash out anything great. Um, Yay. But getting to the movie, and quite honestly, this movie was spectacular, and I absolutely loved every single bit of it. And it's one of those rare occasions where I actually think that the sequel is better than the first. And I'm so glad that of movies that are like that. God, it it felt more political in terms of the president has actually gotten more involved with this movie, and it really it it had an installment of fear with a lot of factors going on. Like they got a new a game manager who is a very despicable person at first. I won't spoil anything about the movie, but there are some elements in this movie which will take people surprise. Probably those of you who read the book have already know what's going on, so don't need to say any more with that. But with the political aspects going on, it becomes more apparent that it's not just surviving in the actual game. You have to really play your cards correctly in what you're trying to say and trying to keep yourself and your loved ones alive. And it really panned out very well. I actually liked how a lot of characters cared about how they were feeling and what they were trying to avert from, and well, it was just amazing. I especially liked some of the characters that were going on in this movie. Like the announcer dude, all throughout the like talk show that he was talking with the competitors. Oh, man, he's just so weird. He's like the gay version of what was it? Some of the talk shows that go on. I'm trying to remember his Jerry. No, that's not it. Damn it! I can't remember some of these figures, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Not too flamboyant, but very outrageous person who just is out there and wants to be the center of attention, kind of the center of attention, but knows how to care about some of the guys on the sidelines and stuff like that. You know, he's really, really good. He does it so well. I also loved the very flamboyant and very cheerful. I can't remember her name as well. I will forget people's names. Don't throw a hissy fit. But that's just how I am. I remember people's faces more than people's names. And I will describe her as the very flamboyant, the very cheerful, and you think that she's putting on too much makeup and making her outfits too outrageous. But I really loved this one too. This character really changes from the first movie to the second movie dramatically. I pegged her as just another person who just trying to just doing her job, and she doesn't really care about any of the other people. But she really panned out to be a very caring and very emotional person. I mean, my God, especially the scene. Spoilers right here. The scene where she's actually reselecting Cadmus and Peeta for the next Hunger Games. You could see in her face how upset she is of this turn of events going on. She was just awestruck. And my God, she actually went from one of my least favorite characters in this show, in this movie, to one of my most loved. Same thing goes for Peeta. I'm actually surprised that Peeta actually evolves quickly in this movie. I pegged him as like a real weasel-like guy in the first one, but given more time that he's had with Cadmus now, he's gone from barely surviving any to a very strong character and very caring as well. I mean, good God, it was outstanding. Some of the other characters that I just can't help but hold on to, Joanna, the crazy as hell axe lady who helps them through the games. I thought that she was going to try and claw Cadmus's eyes out, but man, she was a very likable character, and you could feel that even though she's like crazy as hell and tough as nails, you could tell that she's like, you know, trying to struggle, and I definitely think she has a hots for Peeta. So it works out for that, especially with Cadmus liking Gale more than Peeta. So yeah, I guess it's still probably not established on that note. People that read read the books probably already know what's going to happen afterwards. So yeah, I never really read the books. If I even tried to read the books now, I probably wouldn't even catch up. So that's just how it is. And here I know you're all glaring at me. It's like trying to get me to read the book, but no, I'm not going to read the book. So that's just how I work. But it's actually a good thing that I don't read the book, honestly, and because it'll give me another thing to like say, oh, the comparisons are wrong, this should have happened, and such, this is impossible, why would you do this instead of this? Like, yeah, there's differences in the in movies, but people have to compensate for time frames in the movie. And yeah, this was like freaking long, like 2 hours long. I'm not kidding. Actually, probably like 2 hours and 30 minutes, maybe. But man, was that fucker a long one. God. But it was worth sitting through all those minutes to the conclusion that it came to. And I will not ruin the ending for this movie. It is very well done, and please go see it. It is a very wonderful movie. I'm actually going to buy both of the DVDs that are the Hunger Games DVD and the other one that I know is going to come out after like not so long. So that's my tidbit for that, and just was a really great movie. Had a lot of a lot of anticipation, some very action-packed moments, and kind of like a lot of nail biters. Especially the really shit your pants scary moments, like the Jabberjays. A lot of you know what I'm talking about, man. That the Jabberjay moment was fucking terrifying, and especially oh god, what's another moment? I actually trying to remember. I'm still giggling from one particular scene, especially for the one with Joanna in the elevator, and you guys know what I'm talking about, where she takes off all her clothes in the elevator, just stand awkwardly in front of them, and just leaves. I literally said, "What just happened?" in the movie theater, just awestruck with what had just taken place. So that was just wonderful. So. Go see this movie. I really implore you to, guys, really support this one, especially with some of the other ones that have been coming out. I know Thor wasn't as great, but we gotta make a statement that these are the types of movies that we want. Ones that really break through the barriers and give you something to care about, you know. So that's my assessment or my summary of the entire movie, and more of like how I loved the movie. So I'll see you guys next time, and I'll have another video up for you later on.